Welcome to Lesson 20B, Managing Data in MVC. In Lesson 19B, I showed you how to display data using the ASP.NET MVC framework. In this lesson, I show you how to create a new record, update a record, and delete a record using the entity data model that was created in Lesson 18. On a postback, when the system attempts to bind the data, it not only looks at the form collection, but in the URI query string and the route data as well. This is the order that it searches. First it searches the form collection, then the URI query string, and finally the values from route data. The only downside to letting the system attempt to do the model binding is that it may fail. To handle that case, you should call the modelState.isValid property, which is a property on the controller. In this lesson, you add the ability to add, edit, and delete records on the project that you worked on in Lesson 19B. The lesson requirement is the project created in Lesson 19B, and the hint for this lesson is, don't forget to check the Create a Strongly Typed View checkbox when you create the views. To get started with this lesson, open Lesson 19B. Click the F5 button to run the application. Click the Category tab to see the index view. In this lesson, we're going to add the edit, delete, and add or create views. So open the category controller, navigate down to the create action method that responds to an HTTP post, and change the parameter to category. This way the data binding will happen automatically. We need to check that model state is valid to make sure that the data binding was successful. If it is successful, go ahead and insert the new record. And then once the new record has been inserted, redirect back to the index view. If for whatever reason it fails to insert the new record, just return to the original view. And also, if the model state is not valid, return to the original view. And then in that case, the validation helpers would display the error messages. Right-click anywhere and select Add View to add a Create View. Click the Create a Strongly Typed View checkbox. Select Category for the data class. The view is going to be the Create View, and I'm going to hit the Add button. Now we need to delete the ID field because it's going to be auto-generated by the database. Go ahead and click the F5 button to run the application. Click the Category tab. Click the Create New Link. Type Test and hit the Create button. You'll see that test has now been added to the list of indexed. Go ahead and close the browser. Now we're going to handle an edit. There are two components to the edit. First, we need to do the edit that initially is posted. So we're going to search by ID for a particular category. Once again, we're going to use the link to entities to determine the category. So from C in entity.categories, where C.ID is equal to ID, select C. If there is a value returned for the category, then return the view. Otherwise, we'll go back and have it return to the index view. So we'll do a redirect to action to the index view. Now, once they click the edit button, we need to find that category again. So I just copied the link to entity information from the other edit action method. In this case, we're going to actually do the update. And once the update is complete, redirect to the index page. Now in this case, I am not having the action method automatically do the model binding. I am doing the model binding with the update model. And if the category does not exist, then return to the listing in that event. Right click anywhere, select add view. New view is going to be edit. And click the add button. In this case, we don't want them to edit the ID, so instead of a text box, we're just going to show the value of the ID. We're changing that to model.id. Click the F5 button. Select the category tab. Select edit, and there is our edit view. Close the browser. Now we're going to work on delete. The delete action method is the same as the edit action method. We're basically searching for a category by ID and returning that view. The delete action method that responds to the HTTP post is different, of course. We once again find the category by looking at the ID. If the category is not null, then we're going to go ahead and try to delete it. Add entity, categories, delete object, and we're going to do that category, and we're going to save our changes. If the delete fails, we'll return back to that view. Right-click anywhere to add a new view, name the new view delete, and click the Add button. Click the F5 button to run the application. Click the Category tab and click Delete for the test. Say yes, I do want to delete it, and it's gone.